Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and we've got New Men, issue number 1 and 2. This is from Action Lab Danger Zone. You might know I've done a whole bunch of the Action Lab Danger Zone comic reviews on Pornhub because they've usually got like Zombie Tramp and stuff like that. Vamp Blade, yeah, can't do that on regular YouTube. They don't like that. But this is perfectly fine. Is there nudity in this? Kind of, sort of. But hey, unless you're a prude, who cares? Anyway, there is some mannequin nudity in here, which is just far beyond the pale, and it blows me away. But all that being said, this is a digital only release for now. I am expecting to see physical copies of these. This is actually a really good couple of comic books here. They just got released 2 days ago as of the making of this video, so the 22nd of April, and you can find them on Comixology right now. Basically, this is a story, New Men. First off, I love the idea that new and men mirror images, like, flip, I should say. Not mirror images, but you flip it over and it still says New Men. Interesting, because the way that they put the E on the second trip around. Anyway, I'm hoping that's going to be a reflection of the main character. The main character here seems to be a bad guy, gal, person named Shade. Basically, Shade is this person, one of 3,000 agents that are meant to kill superheroes. Sounds like the bad guys, right? We're not so sure. Apparently, in this world, you can have somebody who wants to commit suicide or seemingly commit suicide, do something super heroic, and then somehow, if they do it bravely, they are able to get superpowers. Basically the powers of a god. Not really. Because, one harpoon right through somebody's body, that person goes kasplat. I'm watching it, I'm reading it in the comic books. But all that being said, there's amazing technology in here to combat these people. We're not entirely sure why these people are being combated in the first place. I have no idea why anybody is attacking anybody in this. But it's still fun to read. Listen, this is a great concept. Also, it's out of Nigeria, so maybe some of the problems that I have with this comic book are Nigerian in nature. No, in general, just it's a different comic book culture that I'm simply not at all used to. All that being said, there are still a couple of problems with this comic book. One of them, probably the biggest one, here it comes. I know this is going to be the disqualifier you're not going to want to get this comic book for, but I have to be honest. The word bubbles. Yeah, I know. Like the speech bubbles, for the most part, they just got this really weird squiggly line that goes away from it. And if there's only one person on the panel, you know exactly who the person is speaking. But if there's like 2 or more people on the panel, you might start to, the more people on the panel, the more you start wondering, who's saying such and such? Because I can't see what's being said. Plus the copy that was sent to me, there's this one lady in part 2, issue number 2, that says something to Shade or about Shade. Maybe it's under her breath, I don't know, but I can't read it. I'm getting like really close to my computer screen. I'm like, what the frick is going on? I'm like, move my glasses. I'm looking like Chuck Schumer, like, what's going on? I have no idea what the frick is going on here, but somebody said something to somebody, and all of a sudden I was like, "Da bitch." I'm like, damn, did Dave Chappelle just show up someplace? What the frick? Anyway, the humor in this book, holy crap. This, to me, was the absolute best part of the comic book. There were jokes cast in places that you'd figure shouldn't have jokes cast, and yet suddenly here it is. There are funny things said, funny ways of saying things that I'm laughing, I'm dying about, all right? There's this one part in there where, like, you sausage sucking, blah, 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 blah. It's like, wow, way to call somebody a cocksucker. Like, dude, it's very creative, all right? Extremely creative. Also, the notes at the end of the book. I'm pretty impressed. Also, Jollof rice. Actually, I've made that once before. Nydia Okorafor, when she was doing the Dora Milaje books, she posted a thing on Twitter, I think it was, where she's like, hey, come and check out this recipe. I'm like, okay. So I made a Wakandan dish, apparently. But anyway, it had that rice on. I didn't know what it was called, but it definitely had that rice on, and it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Anyway, but that recipe will come out in issue number 3. So if you want to make that rice from the Wakandan dish that Nettie was talking about, boom, get issue 3. But I also highly recommend getting issues number 1 and 2. because they really are fun. Especially in this time where there are no new comic books coming out. Hey, Action Lab is taking care of us. Real talk. This is hot. Maybe this is the perfect time to get this comic book out, because all things being what they are, this is one of those comic books that you probably wouldn't get if the next 5 issues of freaking Hoxpox, one of the Dawn of X books were coming out, or, an Immortal Hulk and Venom, and I'm sure DC's doing something that's out of this world, but for now, I'm just like, yeah, Batman and Detective Comics, whatever. There's not much else coming out. But anyway, so this is a perfect time to release a comic book like this. I did have the comic book sent to me, both of them in PDF format, read them, and I genuinely enjoyed them. So consider taking a trip over to Comixology, check it out, look at the art on there, look at a couple of pictures, make fun of the funny little squiggly line for the freaking speech bubble, and literally my only complaint with the comic book. This looks like your standard Action Lab Comics book. This really reads like a fun story with, there's some blood. Like there's this one dude who jumps off the building trying to be a superhero and splat lands, and you see like bone sticking out as he's folded over backwards. I'm like, I want you to think about that if you're ever thinking about jumping off a building, because if there's a 50-50 chance of you getting that superhero power, that other 50 chance is going to hurt like a sum gun. Anyway, this was genuinely, I enjoyed this book, and I am absolutely looking forward to more of these. All that being said, I'm out. Go and check out those books. Comixology, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.